30 years ago, the Women's Council of the Chicago Heart Association held the first Chicago Heart Ball,
establishing a yearly fundraiser that has become one of the key events for the American Heart Association, supporting research efforts,
educational programming,
and community initiatives. As they raised funds to support the life-saving mission of the American Heart Association,
the need to honor local AHA members whose work goes above and beyond that mission became clear.
In 2001, they introduced the Corde d'Or, or Heart of Gold honoree distinction at each Heart Ball,
where they take time to recognize exemplary achievements in our community. Dr. Buffalino has worked with the American Heart Association to bring preventative care to the forefront, changing the way medicine is practiced each and every day. In the last 30 years, issues like high blood pressure and cholesterol have evolved from barely treated problems to topics of everyday household conversation.
Dr. Bono was honored for his 35 years of supporting the scientific affairs of the AHA. Science has always been the foundation for the advocacy, guidelines, public health messages, and community programs of the AHA.
Since 1949, the AHA has funded over $3.3 billion in research to advance knowledge in heart disease and stroke,
and is second only to the federal government in the amount invested each year in peer-reviewed cardiovascular research.
This research is an investment in the future. Dr. Cook supports the AHA's development of carefully designed guidelines and protocol that allow physicians to provide an optimal level of care to all patients.
Dr. Crawford started a faith-based health program at a local church that helped inspire the creation of the AHA's Search Your Heart campaign. Search Your Heart increases awareness in high-risk populations that suffer from hypertension, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease.
By the middle of the last decade, we realized it was not just individuals who were distinguishing themselves as leaders in our community, but corporate entities as well.
Walgreens supports the AHA by using their role in the everyday lives of their customers as a unique opportunity to educate on heart disease risk factors and prevention.
Advocate supports the AHA's My Heart, My Life initiative, which helps people understand the link between their health and risks for heart disease and stroke. Advocate's Heart Walk team was the top company in the country during the 2011 Fall Heart Walk.
Blue Cross Blue Shield supports patients on a day-to-day basis, but also supports events like the annual Heart Walk and is committed to providing information about how to live a healthier life free of heart disease.
Dr. Braun was honored for her commitment to helping the community decrease deaths from cardiovascular disease, reverse the obesity and diabetes epidemics, and increase the quality of life in older ages.
The AHA's 2020 goal is to improve the cardiovascular health of all Americans by 20%, while also reducing deaths from cardiovascular diseases and stroke by 20%, all by the year 2020.
In 2008, they honored American Airlines, which is credited as the first U.S. airline to have AEDs available on all of its aircraft.
Dr. Grady focuses on the quality of life of patients following heart transplantation and mechanical circulatory support implantation. Her research provides critical information to patients who are considering these procedures.
In 2009, they recognized the Chicago Bears for their goal to encourage kids to be active in an effort to prevent childhood obesity.
Dr. Rao was honored for his commitment to the advancement of emergency cardiovascular care. In recent years, CPR has become much easier to learn, and AEDs are available at more locations throughout the city.
Dr. Volkman is passionate about the Go Red for Women initiative and is committed to increasing awareness about women and heart disease.
In the last 30 years, they have seen a dramatic increase in the number of women who know that heart disease is their #1 killer.
As they continue to support the mission of the AHA, building healthier lives free of cardiovascular diseases and stroke, they will also continue to acknowledge your achievements with the Heart Ball.
They've accomplished so much in the last 3 decades, and they look forward to many more years of milestones and celebrations.